So you've all gathered round, breathing heavy after dealing with these haggies. Roshana, you notice that the crabs beside you, while they were gunning for each and every one of you, they begin to calm down, and then, almost as though they've been instructed, they begin to scuttle away between your legs, all of you.
Can I pick one up?
Sure.
I don't know how this is going to work, because I don't know if we've established that these are people, but I just want to try something real quick. And I'm going to just poke it ever so gently into the side of my moonbeam.
Okay.
Jesus.
Because the one of the effects a moon beam has is that if they fail, they can they will revert back to their original form.
You place the crab just ever so slightly into the moonbeam. You hear, and it drops dead.
You just murdered a crab.
Well, I mean, you warhammered a hag into a pit of them. I'm sure you squished a few.
But I didn't hear them. I heard this one squeal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come in here with the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to sit down here and put the book on the floor. And I'm going to pull out my viol.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to play a song as I have a short rest.
Alrighty. If you guys wish to take a short rest. A what? A short
A
rest?
shore leave.
Shabalala.
One shore leave.
Shaka Khan. Okay.
Shaka Khan.
You guys take a short rest. There we go. Trying to get my teeth around it. If you so wish. And from Song of Rest, yeah, you get an extra. What is it? One more hit die if you so wish.
1d.
Oh,
do
no,
I have to
2d6.
roll it, or do I roll it and then everyone gets it, or do I?
You should roll. Yeah.
Okay, I will roll a 1.
That is if people are taking.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh God.
So if you are, oh man, I am a god. If you are rolling a hit die, you get an extra 6 health.
Nice.
I am rolling a hit die, or 2.
I'm
Do I wanna?
hitting 1, so that's
Do I wanna?
God damn!
that's enough for me.
You know what? Sure. I'll roll one more. Okay. Now I am topped up. Second wind back. Got my action surge.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
Jesus, Vayne.
Oh, what? My Song of Rest was so majestic.
You taking
I
a
am
hit
now.
die, Rook? Are you good?
I'm fine.
Damage? Yeah.
I haven't taken any damage now.
Oh, not for the lack of
Must-
trying, you little bastard.
Must be nice.
I was trying to antagonize them the whole time.
In his defense, he won.
Yeah, but the one in the...
In fact, not only have I not taken any damage, I still have my temporary hit points from the last fight, so I'm actually better than I've ever been.
Oh my god.
Maybe next time when we say who should go first, it could be you.
Hey, I offered.
Oh, bitch.
He did.
He offered.
In his defense, he did.
Well, I didn't. And I was the
did.
first to go down, so.
Well, there you go. It's dangerous to be in the back.
Never trust goblins.
I'm not sure if that's the lesson we've...
Well.
The real lesson is always moonbeam them first in case they're lying.
Yeah.
True.
Now that we have a couple of moments, can I, and while we're taking this short rest, because I don't, I will take it for the wild shapes, but just while we're looking around, do I recognize this statue?
Give me a history check, please.
Sure.
I wonder if this book has
Guidance.
anything to do with like information on it.
Where's my guidance button? Oh, there it is.
Alrighty, you have no idea.
Hmm.
You see in front of you a statue, yes, of a hobgoblin woman who seems to be very proudly holding onto a staff. Long hair that flows back down to the floor. And you see that this statue has been covered in silver. Different trinkets, different like pieces of jewelry. You see a couple of coins have been left at her feet as well. And there's these little barrels about the statue as well, which have also been filled with silver coin.
Is the water in the barrel seawater or?
You take a taste, and it seems to be seawater. Yep.
Tastes like crabs.
And there's no sort of like writing or any sort of inscription on the base of the statue.
No, not with that. No.
Can I take a... Right, are we done with the short rest? Because I assume this was happening while we were short resting, which means I think I have to keep singing.
Sure.
But if not, I'll just have a quick read of the book and say to Rook, maybe this has something in it that would pertain to that statue.
And you do
That's
say that to
awesome.
Rick almost like immediately after taking a look at the book, because you can't read the writing. A different language.
Man. Oh, man, if only I had a spell that I could use that... But I'm going to give it to Rook. Because I spy some coin. Have a look!
Vayne and I trade places.
Nice. Okay.
I'm going to count out 85 silver.
85.
Yeah, everything that was stolen from me.
I believe it was 81.
For his
No,
troubles, you see.
No, because I had 90 and I've got 4 left.
Okay. Fair enough.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense mathematically, but whatever.
I was about to say.
Because I took out 5. I
Mhm.
put 5 on, so I had 90 in total. I had put 5 on the thing.
Mhm.
One of those was taken.
Yeah.
And the rest of the coins that were in my
So
pouch, which would make
86
it 86, yeah.
silver pieces, yeah.
Okay.
Just give me an investigation check, please, Rook.
Oh, I thought you meant me. I was like, I thought you
Sure,
said they were
can
full
I-
of silver.
Can I guide myself?
Of course. Yep. Ooh, very nice indeed. So you start flicking through this book, and it is indeed written all in Sylvan. The first page talks about the teachings of Silverstrand. It's just a name that has been written down, but there isn't really much pertaining to what or who Silverstrand is. It is, however, joined with some folklore about an ancient being or entity that lived on the coast and was obsessed with silver to the point of imbuing the creatures around them with silver and the obsession for it also. These creatures would scurry away in the night, traveling across land and ocean, retrieving whatever silver they could, and sometimes by force, before bringing it back to the entity so they could transform more creatures, and the cycle continued on. You flip through more of the pages. The text speaks less about the lore and more about what can be done to achieve it. You see scribbles of various different handwriting, all talking about ideas of transfiguration and the use of silver as the main component. Soon the text speaks more about using different components in addition to silver. Lists of odd ingredients, most that can be found along the seafloor. Some also have directions for ingredient preparation. Others don't. They seem to be looking for ways to lessen the amount of silver used while still achieving the same effect. You continue on towards the end of the used pages of this book. The text begins to speak of transfiguration experiments on live hosts, starting off small, using mollusks and small fish, to larger creatures like rats. The last complete entry talks about using a goblinoid, the transformation process, and the high quantity of crabs yielded from such a source. You turn to the last page. Subject, human child.
And I assume that there's nothing in the book about reversing the process.
None whatsoever.
Hmm. I don't think the turning the crab back into whatever they were previously is going to be an option. This book seems to imply that depending on the creature used in the process, you can get a different number of these crabs.
As in, multiple crabs are one person.
Yes. Assuming that the crabs at all retain any of the previous characteristics.
I see.
The note that said like human child, were there any notes written on that, or was that like the heading of a new page?
It was the heading of a new page, but underneath it did say, has been acquired.
But it doesn't have any results.
Mm-mm.
Must be a chart around here somewhere.
Yeah, everyone take a look around.
I will search, I guess, this sort of desk, sort of work area.
Give me an investigation check, Kato.
Perhaps as well we should inform Luxon to inform the like the Darcel, Professor Darcel, because she may have some way of. I mean, she's a better spellcaster than all of us, so she may know of some way to reverse these sort of things. Worth a check.
Yes.
Certainly, if we pass on these notes.
Yes, I definitely think the city's going to want to know about a coven of hags that was dwelling in their sewers.
Yeah.
Yes, but perhaps, I mean, hush hush.
The question also needs to be answered. Will the crabs bring the silver back here? Or without their current masters, will they default to wherever their kind usually tries to bring silver back to?
I wouldn't know, but they left all this silver.
True. So it stands to reason they would bring it back here. Which would mean we might have an option of collecting them.
Or perhaps they need instructions to get the silver? Or do they do it naturally, just...
From what this book has sort of implied, the creature that these crabs are based on or spawned from or whatever essence are pulled from has a love of silver, and the crabs retain that particular attribute.
Kato, as you're investigating the desk, there does seem to be like a smashed alchemical set left on top. There's a couple of pages of parchment. They're all a bit damp and soggy. Aside from that, not really. You do see a small chest at the side, and there does seem to be a dry blanket in there and a candle, but about it.
You said there was a small chest?
This one here.
My sheet was in the way. Ping again. Okay. Is it locked?
No, it's open, and inside you see like the dry blanket and a
Oh,
rather
okay.
large blue candle.
Mm.
I'll examine the candle.
It smells like ocean breeze.
Anything
wanna-
particular about the blanket?
You lift it up, give it a shake it out. Not really, but it's dry, which is an unusual thing down here.
As I see Kato flapping a blanket around, I'll look at the blanket and then kind of turn and look at the cauldron.
Mhm.
Perhaps we were too slow.
What are you talking about?
Is there
Well,
anything in
you-
these cages?
Sorry, Rick?
Are there anything in these cages up in the corner?
No.
Well, perhaps they were keeping the child in there and we arrived too late, and that's what those crabs were.
It's a possibility.
Hmm.
Is this a separate book?
It does seem to be, yeah.
Can I hop over and is that in common or
It's in Sylvan as well.
Rook?
Hold translate.
Yeah. There's another book here. Can you read what it says?
Yes.
Could you do that for me?
You flick through it, Rook, and it does very much seem to be. It's almost like prayer. It's very, like, ritualistic. Pleas for guidance, offering thanks.
Turning small children into crabs.
No, like there's no actual magical element behind it. Well, sorry, I said there's no arcane element behind it. It really just does seem to be a book that
Ghibli.
was used, yeah,
Okay.
for conducting their own little services, let's say. And as you saw, they were reading from it as crabs were in the cauldron. Take from that what you will.
Are all the crabs out of the cauldron? Like, is the cauldron completely empty, or is it?
You take a look in. It seems to be, yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
we shouldn't leave this book here anyway.
No. We should collect everything of note up and return it to the guild and to Luxon. Are there any like lids for barrels?
Not here. There's lids for crates. Wrong shape, but depends.
That'll work.
You want
Can
to
I
pour it.
like I just want to put them over the tops of the barrels. If they're weighty, like, because if the crabs come back, I don't want them to like be able to get to the coin.
Okay.
So just something like,
Something you could pop over top. It's fine. Yeah.
yeah.
Easy enough to do.
Is there anything of
Can
note in these boxes or on the sides?
Sorry?
Is there anything of note in the boxes or on the sides?
If you take a look at the boxes, there's various different things in here. You see, like, bags of, like, seashell and seaweed. You open up one of the crates and you are immediately hit by the pong of decay. And you see eel eyes have just been kind of slopped into this little crate. There are even a few crab pincers and shells in a few of the crates as well.
Rook will pick up one of like the smaller crates that is relatively undamaged, empty it out, and then put the decapitated head of the hag in it, and then just say to Kato, "We should probably take the others as well, as proof of a job well done."
I'm sorry, the other what?
Hags.
Oh, yes.
let's take all of them or just the heads?
Probably just the heads.
Okay, I'm gonna look through this blue hag. I'm gonna search her for
Okay.
non-seaweed related items.
Give me an investigation
Oh.
check, please.
Take the head of the yellow hag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm within 5 feet again.
Yeah. Thanks, Kato.
Kato, could you turn
Oh.
friendly fire off?
You take a look through Vayne, and she has nothing, literally nothing on her person aside from the cloak that she was wearing.
Okay.
Just the
I
cloak.
know. I
Ew.
assume the cloak is just a piece of fabric, right?
Mhm.
It's nothing. It doesn't look like anything, more than just some covering.
It's just a covering.
Okay, cool.
If
I will slice her head off with my dagger.
Oh, Vayne.
What?
Gosh.
What?
You're gonna slice her head off with the dagger.
I thought that was what we were doing.
Vayne's there sawing back and forth with a tiny little knife.
I mean,
It's better.
I wouldn't.
A
I
rapier.
wouldn't.
My other option is a rapier, which is not a slashing weapon.
I mean, I wouldn't
It's
expect
more
them to
of a-
just.
Neither is a
To
dagger.
just.
No, but a dagger's probably better for
Can be, I guess.
like action. A dagger, I would say, is better for decapitation than a rapier.
Oh,
is all
definitely,
I'm
but
saying.
you know, Kato's got a scimitar there. Just
I've got
Okay,
a
well,
shovel, if
I-
you want to just.
I'm gonna give up then and just sit over here and read my goblin book that I gave away.
You're pouting because an imaginary god voice got mad at you.
Yeah. My conscience went. You idiot! You're using a dagger. In though it was in the fucking peacock's voice as well. He's like a dagger and those shoes.
I mean, we really expect him to just haul this half-naked hag body over his shoulder?
But I mean,
I think you've got a scimitar. That was the
Yeah,
main thing. I
I'll
think.
just help him with that.
I wish you used to have a great sword. That was nice. I like that.
Yeah, well, family heirlooms and such.
Roshana, what are you up to?
Taking a big rest and still trying to figure out if I have not more crabs around me or in my armor. Because that's annoying.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
As I'm sat next to Roshana, can I turn to her and just like
20.
just pull the
Oh my
one like
gosh.
crab claw that's attached to a little bit of her hair and just went, there you go.
Roshana, you swear you can still hear the scuttling of the crabs. And it's getting louder.
What?
Just
They're gonna come
Stack
back
up.
with more silver.
The scuttling is getting louder from.
Why are you?
Oh.
What are you pinging? What are you doing?
I
From this direction.
from that
Oh, right.
direction. I point in that
Wait,
direction.
I thought
That
she's trying.
direction?
She's trying
What's
to
over
select
there?
something.
What's over there?
Well,
Might
I'm
be
hearing crabs.
hungry.
I'll go check it out.
Maybe it's under the water, and the water's actually like all the way under.
You know,
I'll come with you.
I don't know how you'd hear clicking of crabs through water and concrete, but you know,
It's
well, there's a natural 20.
as you're walking past Roshana, it's very loud here.
That's very loud, guys.
I will help Kato look at the wall.
is there any sort of secret hatch or door or?
Give me an investigation check with an advantage, please.
With advantage?
Very nice. You look at the wall, and kind of like skim over it with your hand, and you just press even just a little bit of pressure, and the wall gives in and moves inwards.
Nice one, Kato. You broke their wall.
And you are met with the sight
Eh?
of several swarms of crabs
Holy shit.
in what looks to be like a den of some kind. And as soon as you open the door, there's just a small wave, a small torrent, or like a little mini tsunami of crabs as they go past you, filter in between your legs, and they immediately scurry away.
I do stop them?
How are we
I
going
don't
to stop
know.
like 10,000 crabs?
I'm just step out of the way. Don't like just.
Don't run away! Vayne shouts. We come in peace.
It was daytime when we got in here, right?
It was just approaching evening.
Okay. They're on a hunt for silver.
Just on the off chance, should we quickly I do really want to look inside this crab room, but should we briefly pop our head into the, like, component area?
See where they're going?
Well, I just mean I don't know if they're to be believed because they turned out to be a hag. But on the off chance that goblin boy that was a actual hag woman, was actually still telling the truth, that the other pathway was where they kept like wriggly things and components.
Oh
We should
yeah, you're
probably
right.
look in there in case there's like a child.
Perhaps wriggly things
Yeah.
as a child. Good shout, Rook.
So I'm just gonna really briefly nip on out right over here. Hello?
Oh,
You guys going ahead. I'm gonna check out this room.
Don't
You
die.
Take the
sure?
shot.
It echoes.
okay. Rook, you press on this door, and it's just a simple wooden door. There's nothing more to it. And inside, you see cages upon cages upon cages. The place is freezing cold here. And at the very back of the room, within one of the cages, you do see a small child.
I was right. Quickly. I'll hurry on, and I'll briefly take a look around to see if any of the other cages are populated.
You take a look around, and most assuredly they are not. Just this one.
Is there like a lock on the cage?
How does the child look? Are they okay?
There is a lock in the cage. The child is pretty much just in a ball, basically, face turned away from you and looking towards the wall. You see there are little scraps of food, but even just from the amount here, you could tell it certainly wasn't enough to sustain anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They were very much
Yes.
given the ends of food.
Bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Roshana, lock, hammer time.
Okay, I will hit the lock with my warhammer.
Okay. You
Do you want to? Oh,
strike the lock, and you hear as the girl
Yeah.
sits up in her I was going to say her cot, but that's not right.
hey,
In the cage, and she streaks away from you as you knock this
I was
lock off.
going to say, did you want to wake her up first, so as not to scare the living shit out of her, or what's left of living shit?
That's too late.
Well, yes.
Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me!
We're not here to hurt you.
What?
We're the rescue party.
Okay.
We've defeated the hags.
Okay. Can we go?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you help her
I
clamber
suppose.
out of the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Did they bring anyone else here that you've seen?
No,
Was it just you?
they had rats in that cage, and she points to the one over here.
Very well. How long have you been down here?
I don't know.
Okay. Where are you? Where do you live?
I live on Longship Road.
Excellent. Well,
Where
we'll get you
is-
there.
Where
We'll
is
get you
that?
there. We'll get you there as soon as we can. We just need to look in one more room, just to make sure that we've cleared everything out. But we're gonna keep you safe, okay?
Okay.
You're gonna stay with these two lovely people. And you're just gonna come with us, and we'll make sure that you're safe and get you out.
Yeah, she kind of holds onto you, Roshana.
I'll carry her.
Okay, you got her on your back.
Wait, are you back over here before? Well, let Kato do his.
Meanwhile, Kato,
Oh.
in the crab room, you see again this same statue of this hobgoblin woman. In the cages below, you do see what appears to be a body of some kind. It's been deceased for some time. Even just from looking from where you're standing down into this hole that has been dug basically into the ground, you see that this body has been feasted upon, more than likely by the crabs.
For the statue, is there any inscriptions or writing?
You take a look around. No. There is a metal door, though, on the far side of the
And
room.
what are these? Just like just water pots?
You take a look, and they just seem to be where the crabs were basically chilling, hanging out.
Until they made a break for the door.
Just
It's time to go.
bear in mind that you've already stubbed your toe. Next time it's a break.
Anyway, just move around.
Yeah.
Is it locked?
It is locked.
Does it look rusted, or is it
It looks
reasonably kept?
pretty pristine. It's well kept.
Yeah. Looking. Can I? Okay, so the mess kit has simple cutlery. It's a bit of a stretch, but can I sort of use the prongs of fork and then maybe the tip of a crossbow bolt to as a sort of makeshift lock picking?
Sure, give me a dex check. It'll reduce the DC.
Okay. Okay, normal.
It's decent. It's not a particularly difficult lock. It's just you assume just to keep the crabs out.
Okay.
So yeah. By the way, you're gonna have to replace this musket at some point, dude, because you've already used your fork, you've used your crossbow, and you've given away your cup as well for the little boy with the worms. You're gonna be eating with your hands from now on. Alrighty.
It's okay. He'll take pieces out of his thieves' tools kit to
Nice.
eat with lockpick.
If I had one.
This is where I place my thieves' tools. If I fucking had any. The door opens up. And from what little light you have, you could see an immense gleam coming from inside the room.
What the? Are those?
You see what looks to be silver-plated bathtubs filled with water. There seems to be some kind of algae or little strands of seaweed strewn across the top. There even seems to be a little bit of sand and shoal at the very bottom. And there appears to be 3 of them. You assume it's something to do with the hags.
Yeah. Yeah. I will just sort of run my scimitar through the top of the water just to swipe the algae out of the way. See if I can see anything.
Nothing at the bottom, no.
Okay. Since there's 3 of them and there's 3 hags, I'm going to assume that's consistent between all of them. There's a chest. What's the story on this pile over here?
Pile of silver.
Ah.
A humongous pile of silver.
Is it just an assortment of things, or is it mostly coin, or is?
Well, the vast majority of it. I mean, it's basically a mountain of silver coin. As you filter through it, there's a decorative silver shield, a number of silver lockets, silver brooches, silver ingots, even a few as well. Belt buckles, shoe buckles, snuff boxes, jewelry boxes, buttons, cufflinks, candlesticks, silver oars, amulets and chains, which have all been bloody tangled. Even a decorative anchor. And a sword catches your attention. There also seems to be like a silver hairbrush and mirror set with an enamel backing, which harkens back to the mother and the daughter that you saw before.
Take a look at the sword.
Yeah, it's a nice sword.
Does it seem decorative, or is it actually functional?
Well, you give it a quick swing, and it holds well. It's definitely functional. But the very end of it, the pommel, is quite nice. It's got this large, almost like aquamarine stone set into the pommel. And then over top of that, there are these decorative silver boat wheel pieces placed kind of like caging the gemstone at the top.
Ooh.
It's very nice.
It just mutters. I wonder what the original owner would want for this.
I'd say at this point,
Man,
the rest of you would have caught up by now.
I'm sure Vayne would lose his lunch over this.
Just in case, can I reach the corpse that's in here? Or the remains?
With your warhammer, you could just about poke it.
So I cannot touch it with my hand?
No.
Okay. Okay. That's it.
Yeah, you kind of just squidge it a bit with the warhammer and then walk over. Are you having fun rolling in it, Vayne?
I'm gonna. I'll take the sword.
It's so wonderful.
You can't have it though.
I'm gonna take the sword before they come in.
Okay.
And put it.
Hmm?
And where are
In
you
the-
putting the sword?
In one of the empty sheaths for the scimitar.
In his sword hiding kit, obviously.
Okay, well, you just hold in your other scimitar.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Rook, you notice.
Sheaths. See, 3 pommels. And absolutely no shits.
Shoosh.
Vayne is going to go back in here. And go up here.
Alright.
Can
I'm
I
gonna-
make like an educated guess on like what the sum total weight of the silver in this pile is?
Oh.
I'll say give me a perception? Sure.
Guidance.
Was there a chest here?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Anywhere between half to 3/4 of a ton.
That's a lot of fucking silver.
Oh my god!
They've been very busy.
Holy crap!
You got it right. Holy crap.
Rook will start spending a bit of time like shoveling the coins like to the back corner, and then any like items that might have like sentimental value or
Yeah.
any sort of meaning, he'll pick them out over here.
Yeah, separating coin from a mirror.
Yeah. It's difficult to prove who owned a given silver coin.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
probably everyone in that area at a time.
Mm-hmm. Vayne
Yeah.
is going to not steal. Just average
Appropriate.
just average up his coinage.
Okay.
Because in my defense it was averaged down in the bar. So just gonna
Good.
grab some silvers.
I'll just say we're gonna need. It's gonna take a lot more than us to haul all this out of here. We'll have to alert some authorities.
Well, I imagine once we tell our patron, they can organize something.
Yes. So I guess we inform Luxon then.
Yeah, I think probably the plan would be to finish the quest and then get back to the guild and let them know what was going on, and maybe get someone to look into undoing this crabification.
That's not a word I thought I would hear today.
Undoing?
No, Rook. Crabification.
I'm not sure if it is technically a real word as far as dictionaries go, but with how the common language flows, you can sort of assume what it means.
So I guess we'll just leave this here for now.
Well, I'll take, I think I'll pick up a whole bunch of what I think might be recognizable and sentimental silver pieces, and then just give that to a patron. You know, along with the hag's heads.
Right.
Yeah, seems like the way to go.
Actually, hold that thought. How big was the blanket?
big. Duvet size. Sorry.
King, queen, what are we talking?
Oh my god. A queen, why
Uh,
not?
Okay. I will take the blanket,
Vayne looks
put it
up
on the.
at the ceiling when Kato walks in, like, oh yes. Some stuff over there.
And you do nothing.
Just making sure they're dead.
Right.
Nice sword.
Ignores that completely.
Fuck's sake.
Does it actually? Better question. Does it look like the chest or the blanket is bigger?
Could
Probably
take both.
the blanket.
Fair enough. Here. If we put all the sentimentals onto the blanket, you could probably haul it out easier than just splitting it between us.
I was gonna put it in my fanny pack.
How?
Please give him a...
What do you mean how? I reach into my fanny pack and I pull out a full tent.
What?
You're aware of this item, aren't you? We bought it.
I kind of glossed over it. It's been a busy week.
It's bigger on the inside.
How
Or
much
smaller
bigger?
on the
Can it
outside.
really fit every piece of?
It could fit maybe another 119 pounds.
That's a
So
lot.
precise.
He's just like lifting up his fanny pack in one hand. 118, 19 pounds, yeah.
I
Huh.
operate under precision.
Okay. I guess they'll just fit into your fanny pack. How
But
much?
What you could do, and this is kind of exploiting my nature abilities a little bit. If I put 119 more pounds into the fanny pack, and then we wrap up more stuff, if I'm holding it, I can then wild shape and it'll just go into the form. And we don't have to give two fucks about how much it weighs.
That sounds. I'm not gonna think about your body being fused with all that stuff, so I'm just going to nod and say sure.
It's a clever idea.
So let's just get as much onto that blanket as possible. And heads up, just going forward, Roshana and Kato, you're probably going to have to prop me up briefly until I pick a form, because God knows I can't carry that shit.
Gosh.
Well, okay. Well, how long can you stay in that form, though?
No, 2 hours.
So we'll have 2 hours to get to Luxon.
Well, no, we'll have 2 hours to get 2 hours to get back to a patron, because he's the one that we're giving the silver to, not Luxon.
Right.
That's correct.
And again, I can do it twice, and I get them back on short rests, and you can do the math.
How far or how long does it take to get back to the little hamlet?
It should not take too long. Sorry, now hold on for a second and I'll let you know. Really should not take too long at all.
All right.
2 hours on the dot.
Wow. Hello, sir. Here's your stuff. Yeah. So I'll just tie up the corners. All right, Rook. Here we go.
Do you want to do it right now, or is there other things you want to do first?
I was going to say,
Is there other things to do in here?
Or you got the chest
Probably.
here as well.
Oh. Heh.
Um,
Yeah.
What was it you wanted to do, Vayne?
111 silver, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
111 silver.
112.
No, it's
113.
111 for a very specific reason. Because I'm rounding up in each like column. So my gold, my silver, and my copper. So the one is because I have 90 copper.
I see.
Yes. See, I only steal in round numbers.
Okay. Kato, you look at the chest, and inside you find another blanket, but lying on top of it, you see a scroll with no case.
Pick up the scroll.
You
What's written?
take a quick glance through it, and it seems to be arcane writing of some kind. Seems to be a spell.
Can I glean a spell?
Give me an Arcana check, please.
Mm,
Oh.
Not bad.
16?
It seems to conjure something.
Roshana?
Yeah?
Do you know what this scroll is for?
Can I take a look?
Sure. Give me an Arcana check, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you gather that it's definitely used to conjure something, but what exactly you're not entirely certain.
Definitely
I
made out
don't
of
know.
paper.
Rook, do you have an idea?
What is it? You said it was an arcane scroll?
Looks that way. Conjure something?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's arcane magic, then maybe Vayne would have a better chance. If it is something more natural, I
But
might
what if
know.
it's something like, I don't know,
Conjure.
conjure woodland beings or something. Conjure.
I don't know
No,
about
sorry.
I
that.
don't know.
Who would ever take a spell like that?
It's really a Kato thing to come up with that.
Sounds like a spell that for someone who hates their DM.
Well, I'm
Wow.
I mean, I'm just spitballing here. I'm saying, like,
I'll take a look.
I don't know much about druids, but I figured, you do have an affinity for animals.
How big is this chest? Because it looks bigger than this one.
Well, that just might have been me placing it down wrong, to be fair. I was just trying to make it look somewhat appropriate to the size of everything else.
Oh, no, it's not. Is it just like a £300, like, I think it's £300 for the normal chest, isn't it?
Possibly. I don't know. Look. Distance and weight of things, I'm really not good at, okay? So...
It's okay.
Yeah, in that chest, Vayne, there was a blanket and a large blue candle.
Yeah, it was more like, like,
Oh, how
'cause
big
these
the chest was and all that.
yeah,
Okay.
these are, because if it's like I think because chests in D&D are ridiculous. They're like 12 feet. Like 12 cubic feet. They're fucking enormous.
Oh, they're like referring to like the medieval ones that they used to have, and yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure if like...
Well, these are baby chests. Nothing like that.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure how much, like, maybe silver they might hold.
I couldn't tell you.
That's cool. I just realized I also have a chest in my inventory for some reason. Oh no, I have an inventory chest. I don't fucking know.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Right. So
I will go back in here with the peeps. Hey guys. They're
I
definitely
guess we'll
dead.
hold on.
Hey, Vayne, do you want to look at this scroll?
Sure. Can I
Seems
look
some
at the
sort of
scroll?
conjuring scroll.
Give me an Arcana check, Vayne.
Guidance.
I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stare at it for 10 minutes while all these people do their own thing.
Fair enough.
Give me a moment with this. Oh.
Guidance revoked.
Yeah. So I'll just cast Identify
Good idea. Yeah.
on the scroll.
Just a heads up,
Yeah.
because I know we do this. Just repeating checks, passing
Mm.
around
Yeah.
until we figure out.
Wasn't
But
it-
yeah,
Wasn't it a 3 level, a 3 limit?
2.
I think it was 2, yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Ew.
Because otherwise it's just like pass it around to the whole party and hope someone gets a decent roll.
I thought it was 3.
Yeah. So it's been 10 minutes. Vayne.
That's why I was never going to roll on that. I was just going to identify. I got a spell for this shit.
What would the rest of you guys like to do during this
In
time?
the meantime, we should discuss how we should get out of here, since we now have a child with us. And I don't.
He's not with us. He's in the hallway.
No, I was carrying her on my back.
Sorry, I forgot.
We should probably just go up through the like the water treatment section.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That is unless you want child. Sorry, do you have a name?
Mary?
Mary, how long can you hold your breath for, Mary?
I don't know.
I don't think we should put her through more trauma than she already has.
I may, maybe just blanking here. But we could just go back the way we came. No.
Well, the way we came involves us diving into an inlet from the.
Oh,
That's what
that's
I
right.
meant.
Now I remember.
But there is a ladder that leads up to what looks like a water, like testing or treatment area.
Mm-hmm.
Now we do run the risk because I don't know if we're supposed to be there, and if we're not,
Exactly.
even if we are doing a job, if we're places we're not meant to be, we can still get into trouble, as we found out.
But now we have an excuse to go through that place because
Hey,
we don't want.
child.
Yeah.
I suppose.
I could probably go back out the other way, just to inform our companion out there what's going on, and also, if you are found by someone, probably best not to have a giant creature.
What do you mean a giant creature?
Well, I'm going to turn into an animal.
Have you decided what animal?
Yes.
Will the animal be able to climb a ladder?
Humorously, perhaps.
I
Well, what
kind of want to see it.
What animal were you thinking?
A giant crab.
Interesting.
If I may, I was thinking a snake. I have seen snakes swim, believe it or not.
Why?
Why do they
Are you
swim?
Are you thinking of putting all of the coin inside the snake?
Technically, yes.
Well, no, he was saying that when he changes form, stuff that he's sort of carrying morphs with him.
Yes, but then why not some form of why a snake over a crab? I'm sorry, I'm looking at this scroll.
Giant crab.
Well, I figured a snake might be more discreet.
A giant snake over a giant scroll.
We've
I guess
also
one
gone telling
said
around.
It had to be a giant snake. It could just be, just a regular holds out hands, regular length snake.
And then we've also told some people that it's crabs that are stealing the stuff.
Right, and they might have some sort of reservation about seeing a giant one possibly coming back for more than loot.
Mm-hmm. Especially now that we do not know where the tiny crabs went.
I guess they're just released out into the wild at this point.
We may never know.
We're gonna be like level 15, and then we're just gonna see a random silver crab.
They all will have
Scare-
leveled up too.
Oh, God. Well, I guess whatever decision you decide to make.
I was just thinking of going for something that could exist both in the water and on land without
Well-
slowing down the party.
On one hand, this is just me thinking. You did turn into a reef shark once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. Could you, like, I mean, it's kind of really scary for her, but could you hold her in your mouth then and swim outside?
I could do that. Like I could do that as a crab as well.
That's true.
What's
I
going on?
don't think she'd want to be in the pincher.
Or do you think she wants to be in a shark's mouth?
Not particularly. I just sort of.
Just trying to avoid any other potential danger that might be in a abandoned place.
Right.
I mean, we've seen Vayne almost die because of that thing.
True.
Vayne, at this point, I feel like you should be writing your will. I see. He's focusing. That's fine.
Yeah.
But then, sure, you could possibly, if she allowed it, carry her in your mouth, but then you wouldn't be able to traverse the land.
As a shark, but I could as a crab.
That is true.
Why not just go through the water treatment plant?
Because we don't know what else kind of danger is in there. Because it's been abandoned? Kind of?
Well, yes, but
Okay, look. Here's
just
what we do, right?
seems easier.
Here's what we do, because I think what we're getting bogged down in is the potential danger, but also getting caught. So, what we do is we pack up here, we leave through the water treatment, and if some smuck basic employee catches us, one of you two with an air of superiority just be like, hey, there was a lost child down here. If it found out that you weren't doing your job right, yada, 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 you could be fired. Just really put the pressure on and just let us slip out the side. And if it's guards, then, well, anybody but Vayne speak.
that sounds like a plan.
Second that.
That sounds like a plan.
Pack me up with silver.
All right.
Okay.
Here comes the sentimentals.
Well, I'll put them in the bag.
Right. The coin, then.
You scoop up as much coin as you can into the blanket. Vayne, while that's happening, you learn that it is a scroll of conjure minor elementals. There we go. Water.
Well.
Mm.
Oh.
Sorry about it.
Intriguing.
I mean, it makes sense. Was still Sag.
Wait, what was it? Sorry, scroll minor, scroll
Of conjure minor elementals.
conjure minor elementals. Okay.
Water only.
Yeah. Yes.
That cool. Well, this appears to be a scroll of conjuring water elementals, minor only, but yeah, would explain that one outside.
Could be useful.
Yeah.
And just pocket it. All right,
Eye
Rook.
pocket the scroll.
Here's-
Who's pocketing the scroll? Sorry. Just making sure you've got it down in your inventory, right?
What?
I thought
I was.
I
Oh, you can have it if you want. You were filling up Rook with gold, silver. So. But yeah, I'll hand it back to you.
All right, I will just take that down.
I turn into a giant crab.
With all the silver and everything strapped and ready to go.
Is it gonna get you? Is he gonna get through the doors?
A giant crab is a medium-sized beast.
Ah, I thought it was large.
It's giant for a crab.
Excuse me.
I thought it was gonna be a large.
Yeah,
I got
for
really
instance,
concerned.
There is a creature called a giant fire beetle. It is small,
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
but
gosh.
for a beetle, it is
Yeah,
giant.
because it's technically the size of like a house
Chihuahua.
cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean a giant fire beetle to a normal beetle is the equivalent of a giant to us.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, just fill up the corners, hand him the coins, and
Off he goes. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle.
I do not like the sound of scuttling crabs. Even if it's Rook.
well, I thought you might have been used to it by now. Been
Mhm.
dealing with this whole crab thing for about a day,
Almost two.
almost two.
Guys.
Yeah.
Should head on out.
Guys, make your way back to the open area with the water.
I'm keeping an active eye out for any other creepy crawlies that are going to try to kill people out of nowhere.
Mhm.
And I do have blind sight at the moment, 30 feet.
Oh, nice. Yeah. As you get to the far end where the water leaves the treatment facility and heads down the drain again, and you see where you had met Bumole, or not Bumole, before, and the raggedy ladder that leads up to the space closer to the ceiling that leads over to the sewage side of the treatment plant. Say for the sake of brevity that you guys go through the stink. It's not pleasant, but you come round to the other side.
Gross.
Yep. And let's see where you were. Yep. Just imagine the child is with you, it can't be arsed. And you come over to this area here where you see it looks like water has been tested, including another metal ladder leading up to a round door that has basically been wheeled shut.
Try to open it.
And it does take a bit of your strength, but you big lady, you can deal with it. And you turn the wheel and the door swings open and you see there's like a small set of stairs leading up into a building.
Oh, we can go up.
Well, let's go.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You climb them up and you find yourself at the very end of a long corridor. There's numerous doors on either side. You do see that people seem to be working here. Though they definitely do seem to be more officey type workers. Nothing to do with the niceties of working with sewage and the like. But you walk on by. Well, people don't really pay you much attention, surprisingly, until the giant crab starts walking by, and then you see a couple of heads start peeking around the doors.
Anyone that looks at me, I just salute with one big claw.
They just, excuse me.
Yes.
Tilt's head.
You see, there's this lady who's just staring at you, mouth agape, and others are kind of just sticking their heads out to see what's going on, and wide-eyed and shocked at the sight of the lot of you carrying a child and the giant crab.
Vayne will walk up and say, "May I help you, ma'am?"
What?
Oh, it must be the crab. This
Yeah.
is Ripley, our companion. He's harmless.
Ripley
And
snips.
Who are you?
Oh, we're just doing a spot check. Snippy here was or Rippy. I call him Snippy, but it's Ripley Snips. He was just doing some waterway research, and we are just escorting him on his way.
Snip, snap.
Right. Give me a persuasion check, Kato and Vayne, please.
Oh no, I apologize in advance for this.
Is my snipping and snapping helping?
We'll see.
It's emotionally helping us.
There we go. Nailed it. Nice.
Jesus.
She
Why
goes,
is-
right. Carl! She just shouts down the corridor. What do you do?
Yes, please bring Carl. Carl.
You said these were desk jobs, didn't you?
Yep.
Rook will like saddle up to one, like maybe hers, and like try to pinch a piece of paper off the the desk.
Okay. And she sees you do this and she goes, no, don't touch that. You see,
Ma'am, please, he's
big-
harmless, trust me.
bruiser of a gentleman comes walking around the corner. What is it, Denise? What the fuck is this?
You must be Carl. I'll put my hand out to shake his hand.
I might be.
I assumed you were because she called for Carl and you turned up. We were just doing a quick spot check on some of the sewage water down in the way over there, and I'll point back towards where we came. And we discovered this child, so we're just taking them to safety.
A child?
Yes. Surely you people do checks of these sewage systems. Why is there a child down there? I may have to write this up for your boss.
There's no need for that.
It's just
It's just
I don't want to go over your head or anything, but it's a very serious thing to have. I mean, these premises should be secured, and there shouldn't be. Even if someone smuggled a child in, you should be aware of it. Surely.
Yes, thank you. And he begins walking you to the door.
I appreciate it. Thankfully, Ripley here was able to capture the child, or not capture, but save the child, because the waters down there can be quite rough.
They really were.
At this point, Rook has like dipped the front of his claw into a ink pot and has crudely written "hi" on the piece of paper.
Nice. You see the child on the back of Roshana, on Roshana's back, I should say, goes, the crab can write.
He's a smart crab.
Yeah. I'd appreciate if we pretend that this never happened. Yeah. And
That is
you find
That's
folks
totally
be
up
on
to
your
the
way.
child.
Yes, I mean we're just happy that the child wasn't hurt, but yes, just try and keep an eye out, okay? We don't need anything, getting out to the newspapers or anything like that.
Oh,
We just want,
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Carl, was it? And I'll put my hand out again.
He takes it tentatively.
Good man. Anyway, about your work, and thank you for the escort to the front doors.
Yes.
I
Good
will
day.
go through the. Good day. Go through the door.
Mhm.
Out into question mark.
I think
Where-
we should find the
Are we in here?
place
Mhm.
where the little girl lives.
Yes, yeah, I definitely agree.
I live by Bishop Road Tavern.
Oh, isn't that the tavern that we stayed at?
It is indeed.
Then we should go there.
Yeah.
Excellent. What's your family name? Parents?
She shakes her head.
Are you friends with the boys that do the worms?
Well, not really, because I get all the worms before they do.
That's smart.
Good on you. There is a little one that he seems to be getting picked on by the other boys. Keep an eye on him. And then we'll kind of go and walk till I guess we'll come up here-ish. So again, like walking down the road.
Rook will like pinch onto the side of Kato's cloak and just tug on it.
Hmm?
And then in the like ground, he will like crudely scrawl with his claw, "Seshling."
Seshling?
Oh, the man, the hobgoblin.
Oh
man.
yeah. He means what was his name again?
Grimsby.
Yeah.
Grimsby.
Can we look over the are we by the ocean?
You are
Can we
nearby.
look over it?
Like the pipe
Yeah.
literally leads out of the underneath the water treatment area.
Yeah, I assume it kind of goes out in this.
Yeah.
So if we're like here, can I look out and sort of go Grimsby?
You do see him at the far end, kind of like standing out in the middle of the ocean, but then you realize he's actually standing on the long pipe that you guys entered in through.
I'll sort of wave and say, "We made it out."
You might want to keep your voice down.
Oh, is he near us?
No, he walks over.
Oh, okay. Hello. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to shout. It's just I thought you were further away than you actually were. We solved your little hag problem.
Mm.
And I point at one of the box that is somewhere that Rook had. With the heads in it, and say. They
What's
should
his
be
demeanor like?
Give me an insight check.
Hmm.
$17. He seems tired. He's looking at Vayne a little bit warily.
Okay.
Yes, we solved the problem, and there was this child. Unfortunately, no sign of the goblin child. Well, there was a goblin child, but it turned out to just be a hag in disguise.
Right. So it was hags, then you're saying?
Yeah.
I believe so, yes. They had seaweed hair. And really smelt.
Hmm.
Salt water.
Who's holding the box with their heads in?
Not me. I'm holding a child.
Okay. Because if no one was holding it, I will
Okay.
have grabbed it, I guess. I don't know if it was on Rook's back or something. But yeah, I'll kind of like prise open the box top and kind of go. Here are some heads.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
But yeah, I think there was
well
a
done.
lot of crabs down there, like a lot,
Hmm.
like lots. But they've all sort of gone somewhere. Not sure where. Anyway, we need to get this child back to their lodgings, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Would you like us to meet you back at the shop, or?
I see no need.
Well, we've still got stuff to pick up there for the.
I believe you picked everything up already.
We
Oh.
did. We dropped it
Oh.
at the guild.
Oh yeah, It's been. I was unconscious again. It's been a regular occurrence. I think I might be going a bit weird.
Hmm. Well, unless there's anything else, I'll take my leave.
Very well. Thank you for your assistance.
Hmm.
Can I? Can Vayne, like, does he look even remotely surprised or interested that they were hags?
Give me an insight check.
He doesn't. I mean, he's not like the most
Yeah.
kind of emotional of people anyway, but he's kind of like.
May I as
Okay,
well?
yeah.
You may as well, Kato.
Well,
Hmm.
Because you would think, hearing hags, it would at least prop an eyebrow.
or just like even remote interest in the kid that he sent there. Like, yeah, just I don't know.
Vayne, he's a very difficult man to read. He doesn't really wear his heart on his sleeve. Kato, I'm going to message you now.
Oh boy.
Turns out he does actually wear his heart on his sleeve. Dun dun dun.
You realize he is 3 hags in a trench coat.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
He was the secret fourth hag all along. Dun, dun, dun. Wait, is a coven typically 3 witches?
Yeah.
Every big coven I can think of is 3 witches, so yeah.
Yep. The rule of 3.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, actually, literally every coven I can think of is 3, so much. We didn't even ask their names.
They weren't really in a talking mood, I found.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were talking to some crabs.
Well, no, they were speaking Sylvan from a book.
At the crabs. Kind of.
Okay.
You see, Grimsby walks away as you gather yourselves. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Let's head on to the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming you're making a quick jog of it, considering you want to get there before the 2
Yeah.
hours are gone.
Time limit.
Yep. So yeah, you do just that. The three of you with little Mary on the back of, on Roshana's back, and this crab, Mr. Krabs walking, power walking all the way back to the Bitter Road Tavern along the along this road.
You said it takes 2 hours?
If you're going at a normal pace, if you're going at a light jaunt, you can get there about half an hour earlier.
Yeah, after the first hour, Rook will turn into a horse.
Okay. And you clop on ahead, arriving eventually just outside the Bitter Road Tavern. You see the people have gathered. It's pushing, we'll say, about 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. By the time that everything is done and finished. I'll move you over to the tavern map now.
Woohoo!
Oh dear, you're all left here from last time. Alrighty. As you guys arrive outside, and you see the little girl on your back, Roshana, is kind of wriggling, wanting to get down.
I put her down on the ground.
I can go from here.
Okay.
She gives you a hug. She goes, "Thank you."
I pat her on the head.
Yeah, she runs off in this direction. Doesn't show in this direction. Doesn't show in this direction.
Okay.
She ran off into the GM layer.
I wish it's on the token there. It doesn't make sense. Okay. What would you like to do?
Let's go inside.
Rook is still in horse form.
Horse crab?
And you see inside, there's quite a few patrons now, actually. Just not on the map. As you see, people have come in for their dinner. It's supper time. And all that goodness. You see, Yulia is working behind the bar.
Rook waits to be invited in.
What are you, a vampire?
He's a horse.
Come on in, Rook.
Last time he tried to let a stray cat come in, she got angry.
Hello, Yulia.
Oh, hello.
Do you know where we may find annoying Horace man? Horace?
I'm sorry, I'm not entirely sure who you are.
Oh, I was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
She has
You
seen
used to
me.
be Croft.
No, she did see me.
She saw
She
you
saw me
once
walk out. Yeah.
leaving. Like, she didn't see you come in. She only ever saw you walk out of the building.
Yeah.
That's
upstairs?
Croft.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm a Croft, but in disguise.
Oh, okay. Right. Oh, the rest of you are here.
Yeah.
And you see her
Yeah.
eyes glance past you for a second and lock with the horse. That is
He.
head poking in through the door.
That's not an actual horse.
That's our other companion, the great horned one.
Stop gaslighting her. That's not a real horse. What are you talking about? You're not.
I'll go get horse.
Uh,
She just turns away and
Rook.
walks out.
I flag him down.
She just left the building.
Is she really?
She left
Yes.
the building.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so we can't really just plop all the silver here.
I was
No, we
thinking
need
upstairs.
Horus.
Nods in agreement.
Okay, so where's Horus?
Can
The
I
horse
look
is
around
behind us.
if I see Horus?
Why don't we go upstairs and then come back down and look for him so that Rook isn't burdened? So
Sorry, Roshana, what did you say there?
If I could look around if I saw Horus?
Sure. Just give me. Yeah, you take a quick look around, and he does not appear to be there. About 15 minutes pass as you're all deciding what to do, and Julia eventually comes back, and she goes, Horace is on his way.
Good.
Okay.
thank you kindly.
Can I... Why is the horse inside?
The horse needs to go upstairs because it's burdened with a lot of things that
No.
we need to keep
Stop.
not outside.
What?
It's not a horse.
I'm gonna lean close, whispering. We found, well, most of the silver, assumedly. We can't exactly just plop it here in public. So we have to wait for a, I guess, proper meeting.
You see her eyes widen. She goes, that's great that you found the silver, and plopping of silver is fine. Plopping of horse shit, she says, pointing at Rook, is not.
If like a horse had the ability to like reel back and like aghast at the accusation.
Yeah, they throw the head back and the ears go back.
Okay.
What?
Our friend is a druid, so he can turn into an arrangement of different animals. He's quite all there, I assure you.
You see that her eyes have kind of just glazed past at this point. She just goes, please just. Please
I
just
know,
wait for
I know.
Horace."
It's very confusing. I don't understand it either, but it's
Just
something
wait for Horace outside, please.
Okay.
will do. Oh my god.
Whose horse is that?
in her defense, a horse indoors is quite a jarring sight.
Rook will like walk up to Kato and just like stare him dead in the eyes.
What? They stuck up for you.
he tilts his head in like to a degree of like exasperation, and then like taps you on like your forehead.
I don't know what you want from me.
As you speak, he shakes his head, and then he taps you on your forehead.
Oh, I see. Yes, is it something you need?
Now, was that so difficult? This whole time, Kato, I have to deal with the limitations of my form, and you're going to speak to me with words when you can do that? Do you just not want to hear my opinion or something?
Did you forget the part where I'm trying to keep it discreet?
Oh, I didn't realize that everyone could see you speaking telepathically. To a horse.
Well,
He echoed laughter.
I know, I'm sorry.
Echoed laughter of insanity ringing in Rook's horse head.
Why, yes, Rook, I think it would look very strange if I was intently staring at a horse.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Horus has a house.
Yeah, but you're a horse. How are you? How would you, a horse,
You're not
go to
part
Horace's
of
house?
this.
You're not funny.
I know
Hey,
he's coming
Vayne.
now.
I don't.
Hey Vayne, this is weird how they're looking so intently at each other.
I will turn to Roshana and I will cantrip message and I'll say, I know, fucking weird, right?
I'm I'm communicating with the Rook at the moment.
I'll look at Kato and cast message. Really?
He just rolls his eyes. Yes, Rook, I realize the horse has a house, but I don't much think he'd want a horse in his house either. Anyway,
Horse
look,
is
there he
here.
is.
Ah, adventures.
Forrest, do you have a house for your horse?
Well, I had stables back in my
Just,
youth, yes.
just ignore that. Just ignore that.
Oh.
We found most of the people's silver.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Who took it? What happened?
We encountered a goblin, when really it was just a hag, shapeshifted into a goblin. We engaged the hag coven that we discovered, duly neutralized them, and then discovered the stash of silver that they were using for rituals.
Apologies. There was a goblin, and then a hag, and then a coven, and now you found the silver.
Yes.
3 hags, one of which looked like a goblin, and then didn't look like a goblin.
He sticks one of his hands on his hips and just begins scratching the top part of his bald head, and he goes, I'm not quite sure I fully grasp what's going on, but
Magic.
It's okay. Yes. Magic.
Do you at least have proof that these perpetrators have been dealt with?
I'll walk over to them.
That depends. Have you eaten?
I was just about to.
Good. And I'll open the box.
And oh, good heavens! You see, he pulls pulls a handkerchief from his sleeve and just covers his nose with it, and he goes, so you're saying that this is what caused?
Yes, they were effectively summoning or converting creatures into like these little crab things that stole silver. We followed a crab back to a place that we then discovered that it was in the main bulk of the treasure, or the silver was being taken to the water treatment plant, and then below the water treatment plant there was the coven of hags who we got into a tussle with, and then they stopped tussling. And we have brought back some of the silver that we could carry.
Right.
Mainly the sentimentals and a few other bits and bobs.
Lovely. Could you please put that away? Ghastly thing.
Oh, I've covered the box back up. Sorry.
Okay.
It's literally, I just peeked it and then closed it.
Ghastly thing.
Yes, it does stink.
Well, if you could prove that you've recovered some of the stolen silver items, your reward will surely be yours. Where do you have it?
Right. We'll reveal that in time. However, I think it's time to arrange a formal meeting, now-ish, if that's appropriate.
We don't really want to plop the silver on the road.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. Well, let's head inside then.
Yes.
There's quite a few people in there.
Is the horse allowed?
Horace,
Why?
I feel like dropping a bunch of silver in a bar with a lot of patrons in is maybe not the most sensible of...
Young man, I have been part of this community for over 70 years. I can assure you we are more than the aristocracy would make us out to be. We are upstanding folk.
You sure?
Very well.
At that, Rook will walk into the center of the room.
Okay.
Here we go.
No. Stare at the bartender until like she locks eyes with him.
Yeah.
And then
Immediately she's like, no.
on shift, and then like have half a second where he's like, "Hello," and like fall to the side under the weight of all the silver.
Yeah, and just cling, huge pile of silver that you've gathered from the blanket. The blanket kind of like just tears open from the weight. Just being in Rook's form was just enough to keep it held together. And everyone immediately, like, eyes are just locked on Silver first, then on you in pure amazement.
Do you think that's good? Stands back up and then just starts reaching into his back and pulling out the
Oh boy.
the other bits. And he'll just start stacking that on this table over here.
Yeah. Yulia walks forward and goes, "This is wow."
Ladies and gents, we have located the majority of your missing silver. If you could please properly gather your belongings,
Well, I think
should you see them.
We'll leave the organization of that to Horace. He can
Yes.
verify
Yes.
the ownership.
We'll take stock of everything that's here, but we did gather a list at the last community meeting that we had.
Mhm.
So we'll deal with it then, but my gosh, I did not think it was this much.
Yes, it was quite.
Yes, this is definitely all of it.
It is.
Also, Horace, while this is the aspect of your particular job, we do feel the need to pass on some of the specifics about what the creatures were doing to the guild, and then maybe have some of them maybe look into it, because what they were doing was rather ghastly.
Oh, yes, indeed. Please, that is... I don't mean to sound brash, but to me that is... I can't make sense of it. It's best left to you fine folk. Oh, there's my dinner set, he says, looking over at the pile.
Well, your name better be on that list.
Well, it was indeed, and I tell you, this is fine craftsmanship all the way from Argentum, so it ought to be. Well, his eyes look between the pile and then the pile of coin that you've basically dropped on the ground. Right. Yulia, would there be a place to store this? She is still mouth agape, but she walks over slowly and goes, I think I have a couple of barrels and whatnot that we can put it in until we sort through it.
Oh, also, Horace, because some of the crabs might be people, we didn't kill them all, so they might have just left, but there could still be some around, so you should tell people.
Sorry, the crabs that you said were stealing are actually people.
Oh, not all of them. Not like people, not like humans. Some of them were like rats.
Right.
Goblins.
They were planning on turning a human girl into a crab, I think, because there was a human girl down there too.
This
good
is
heavens.
some of the stuff we were going to pass on to the guild.
That is
So, like,
And she is safe. We brought her up. She ran back home.
good.
Well, she's an orphan as far as I could tell.
I mean, whatever home is for her.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
But still, it might be worth mentioning to, keep an eye on them, because
Yeah.
few people notice orphans going missing, but if the community as a whole is looking out for them at least, then
Mhm.
it may be easier to spot if one of them disappears.
Exactly.
This is true. Well, I can't thank you all enough. Yulia, we'll have these cleared off first. The silver pieces and the coinage and whatnot stash away, and we'll have a community meeting on the morrow, I think, and have this all sorted. If I could get the details from you, actually, and he points to you, Kato, just about the exact location of where you found this, perhaps we could have the guards go down there properly. Not that we have some of our items returned, they're certainly certain to listen to us a bit more, I should hope.
Sure. And I will give them directions.
Mm-hmm. Grand. You see, Yulia calls a few other gentlemen to come forward, and they begin shoveling basically all this coin and the sentimental items into these boxes that she basically had emptied from food and whatnot. Everything is stashed away for the time being, and Horace claps his hands together and he goes, "Right, but I think this calls for a celebration."
I am inclined to agree.
Free booze and meals for everyone, and bottles of inky stinky all round. There's a muffled "Hey!" within the tavern. And celebration to these fine folk who found our silver. You see people begin to stand up and applaud. Some walk over to you. In particular, Kato, that woman that you saw the other day who was missing her brooch, she comes over and she grasps a hold of your hand and then puts her other hand on top and just begins shaking it, you know, the way that older folks do.
Yeah.
Just keeps holding onto your hand and then saying, thank you so much. And you're trying to pull away, but she goes, no, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, you're quite welcome.
The rest of you receive your just rewards as well.
Vayne's gonna sneak upstairs to him.
Mm-hmm. Horace walks over to you, Rook, and goes, you wouldn't happen to have that amulet that I gave to you the other day?
Yes, here it is. They didn't end up stealing it. They went for Roshana's holy symbol instead, which was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's all dealt with now, thankfully, and you have your holy symbol?
I still have it.
Good. Eat up, drink up. Please enjoy your time here. Yulia, let's have a bottle of Inky Stinky over here, please. Yulia and a few of the people that she just pulls basically into the back, they get started with setting up fish and chips with vinegar mushy peas, if you so like. Sort of ales all around. A few glasses of white wine as well that hasn't gone sour, as well as the jet black inky shots of Inky Stinky are also had.
Horace.
Oh, yes?
Whilst I don't speak for the rest of my companions, I would like it if we could perhaps get this quest signed off on. Some of us are a little bit tight on time at the moment.
Oh, yes, of course. My apologies. Give it here. He scribbles away on the quest form. Thank you very much.
Pleasure doing business with you, and feel free to request us specifically if you'll need any more assistance in the future.
I will have you first in mind.
And Rook will head upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Roshana, we should really come up with a group name by now.
Yeah, I have no ideas, actually.
Well, I think obviously something to, I guess, encompass something we're about. But I guess we'll just need to brainstorm it.
Yeah, we do need the other two for it too, so...
I guess something to think about on the cart right back.
Yeah.
Sorry, was Vayne to do something?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna
jumping
say,
over now.
Vayne would have literally gone into his room and, like, you know, the note that he was writing. He would have, like, folded that up, and put it, like, down and
Sorry,
wax
the what?
sealed it. The letter he was writing.
Oh, the letter. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have folded that up, put it down, like wax sealed it, wrote the address on, and would be counting silver, and just trying to like get an idea of how much he's got currently.
Mhm.
And just kind of thinking to himself.
Yeah, Rook will knock on your. I
Um,
suppose a bit
um,
after you've gone up.
There. It's open.
Hi, Vayne.
Oh, hello.
I've gotten the quest signed off on, so we can
Wonderful.
head back to the guild whenever we want and see what else is available.
That's great. I mean, let everyone enjoy their night, and sort that out when we get back. But thank you. That's appreciated.
You sure you wouldn't want to get back early? I know you're on a bit of a tight schedule.
Yes, but it's late now, and I don't think we're gonna get. I mean, it's a short ride back tomorrow. I think. We should be able to stay here for the evening and then head in the morning.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do.
Yes, sounds good. As I say, it's late now, and with everybody drinking and such, I think by the time we get back, there won't be much on anyway. So if we head off early in the morning, and then we can make a full day of it.
Fair enough, and I suppose the rest of you didn't really get a proper night's sleep the night before.
No, I didn't really get any sleep for a while.
Alright, well, I'll inform the other two.
Lovely.
Have a good evening.
You too. Thank you.
And I'll nip down and just let the other two know that we're staying here the night and then heading back to the guild in the morning.
Very well.
That's good.
I'm just rubbing all the places where the hag raked me.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna leave a scar. It's probably gonna leave a scar.
Do you want like a little bit of magical healing to take away some of it?
I mean, I feel fine, but I guess it's just part of the job at this point.
Guys, enjoy your evening. Getting plied with food and lots of drink. And people clapping you in the shoulders and patting you on the back, giving you their thanks. You do see Kato at one point. A youngish gentleman walks up to you. Seems to be wearing very simple leather armor and has a quiver and bow strung across his back. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I heard in the grapevine that you dealt with hags?
Yeah. The whole coven of them.
Wow. This is kind of just between us, and he sets down for a second and kind of looks over his shoulder and he goes, you know, the Venators will pay good money for things like that. Hag heads, hag hands. Heck,
Are you
get a whole lot
of the Venators?
Trying to be. I haven't really been doing a great job. But
I've served some time with them.
oh, well, surely you know all this already then.
Yes, although I don't think they operate out this far.
Oh, they do. They got an office nearby.
Is that right?
Yeah, they do a lot of business with the Arcane Academy. They apparently need things like hands and heads to make their fancy magical stuff.
You frequent this place?
I dropped by. So in the Travelers District.
Any names I might have heard of?
Well, the one who goes by quite often is Lythandrios. She's in and out.
Does that sound familiar?
It is indeed. I'll message you.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently if you take things down, they'll sometimes give you coin for it. I know the big shots have like they've got like these special bags, special like chests to keep things like cold. Because you know that's going to start sinking after a while. You
Yeah.
to the boxes and whatnot.
The Travelers District, you say?
Yeah. Just an idea.
Where is number 10?
Just it'd be a waste.
Right. Yes, thanks for the reminder. Maybe I get something for this.
Yeah. No problem. And he gives you a thumbs up and goes back to drinking. With his
Sorry,
buddies.
I never caught your name.
Oh, Quincy.
Is that Quincy?
Quincy. Yep.
Okay.
Quincy with a Z.
Quincy. Okay.
Oh, it's got a Z, but it's pronounced Quincy.
Fair enough. Well, happy hunting.
Yeah, you do. He goes back to the table he was at before. A lot more burlier guys are kind of just sat around, and then there's this light little fellow who kind of just sits down and starts drinking the same amount as they do.
How long did it take us to get back from the water treatment plant to here?
It took you about an hour and a half because you were jogging.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the time?
It is, say roughly about 9 o'clock now, at night.
Okay.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do, or would you like to jump forward to the next morning?
Not the next morning, but when it dies down a little bit.
Sure.
Vayne will disguise self as random NPC 1.
Okay.
And he's
Town
going to go
folk number 37.
he's going to go for a hour and a half walk.
Lovely. How about the rest of you?
I will go up and sleep.
Sounds like a plan. You guys had a long night.
Gosh.
It's only a 4-hour trip as well. Rook and Kato?
Yeah.
Anything else?
I'll have a quick meditate with my incense.
Nice.
But other than that, nothing much.
Yeah. As you're in your room, Kato, meditating, letting the incense fill your lungs and you breathe it out, you feel that tug of that sword that you had before.
Mm.
A cursed item. Incredible.
I will draw the sword.
It's nice and clean. I feel like there's something more to it. The way it holds in your hand, it doesn't fit as well as it could, but it almost seems to be melding somewhat. You could take the time to attune to it if you like.
I do.
Alrighty. This is for yourself. Rook, what are you up to?
I think Rook would have very airily excused himself from the festivities and just went back up to his room.
Lovely. Alrighty. Well, the rest of you are in your rooms. Is there anything particular you'd like to do, Vayne?
I'm running to water treatment plant and waiting for it to look clear.
Okay.
Like there's no one there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see people lock up for the evening. There are a few what look to be like security people sat about, but they're kind of just sat reading and whatnot.
Okay, I'm gonna hop over to where the pipe was,
Mhm.
and go for a swim.
Alrighty.
Is the rope
would
still
you-
there?
The rope is not. No.
Okay. Even the one Roshana put?
He didn't make a point to collect it. Grimsby would have taken it with him.
Okay.
I think
Well,
I've
the one-
collected my rope.
You would have?
That's fine.
I
Yeah.
would have, yes.
Okay, yeah. Grimsby would have given it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I swim through the pipe and to the bit where we were?
Okay, give me athletics check, please. Alrighty, and another. And another. And another. And another. And another. And another.
For fuck's sake.
It gets to this point, and you are really starting to grasp at straws. You're about to lose air. You're about halfway down the pipe.
Okay. I will go back out.
Okay.
Hop on top of the pipe.
Mhm.
And catch my breath. Is there an easy way to get back up, like, to the water treatment plant?
How do you mean?
So, like, the pipe's obviously lower down. Is there like a... I didn't know if I'd hopped over like a little wally, like at a
You mean
beach, there's like a little wall.
You had to walk like off the promenade itself, and then over the boulders and.
Okay. Well,
stones
yeah,
and
I'll just
whatnot.
I'll go back round to the entrance to the water treatment plant. Is there any windows or anything?
Yeah, there's several windows in.
I'd like to go invisible.
Okay.
my mouse is second level. Okay, and I would like to try and get in through any of the windows.
Yeah, just give me an investigation check, please.
Real quick, would this be classified as a scimitar?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You take a look around, and eventually you do find a window that is partially open, and you think you can slide the little latches off to open it fully.
I'd like to do that.
Mm-hmm. You do so, and you can climb on through.
Excellent. I'd like to get to effectively where we came up.
Through the drain area, yeah?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Yep.
And then go back down into the sewer.
Mhm.
And into the hag room.
Alrighty.
Like that on here. Well, hello everyone. Lovely to see you. Fancy seeing you here. Oh, there's a small child.
Oh, this is awkward.
We all had the same idea.
What are you guys doing here? I thought I just...
Yeah, no, I'll go here and here. The hags are still there, dead.
The bodies, yeah.
Yeah, can I pull their bodies like so they're 1, 2, 3?
Sure.
Thank you. And then I will hop over here. I want to fill this chest up with silver
Alrighty.
from these barrels.
Mhm.
Trying to make it even the amount I'm taking so that there's not like one that's like way less.
Okay, easily done.
And I want to pull this.
Oh, this madman.
Pull this chest. Is there a lock on there, or can there, like is there a
There is a place
mechanism?
for a lock, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I would like to pull the chest
Mhm.
back out to here. I don't know
Alright.
why I didn't just move my character. And then actually, can I go here and see if this wall is like a wall?
Mm-hmm. You
Is it a wall?
push it and it opens. If it reveals, come on.
Right. I'm still invisible.
How long does the visibility last?
An hour.
Dude, even getting this far, it's pushing it.
Isn't this just the ladder up to the water treatment plant?
And then over to the sewer as well and whatnot. But also like filling a chest full with silver.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, filling the chest probably took that while.
And then
Okay,
dragging it, because no offense, hon, but you're not that strong.
I don't know. I'm pretty hunky.
Okay.
What is in this room? Like, can I see?
You see that the place seems to be...
I have dark vision, by the way.
Thank you.
Don't know if I've mentioned it.
Oh my god, you're
Gosh.
pushing
The
your
music.
luck.
So the music just changed.
Yeah, you're pushing your luck real
Anyone
hard.
else
Rest in
panicking a
peace,
little bit?
Vayne.
Everyone else is
What?
sleeping.
Yeah, why would we panic? We're asleep.
You see that this room has been completely trashed. There seems to be broken glass on the ground. And numerous different cupboards thrown over. Books that have become sodden over time. What would you like to do?
the door. This was a wall, like a hidden doorway, right? It was a wall.
Yep.
Like. Okay. I would like to put the chest in this room.
Okay.
And then close the door.
Alrighty.
And make it look as inconspicuous as possible, like litter some dust on it from the floor or whatever.
Okay.
And then I'll walk away. And I'll turn and look at the door and hope that it looks non-threatening
Okay.
and like it a wall. And then I will hop in here and fuck off.
Okay.
I'm going swimming.
You drop down into the water, and with the little bit of current, you actually exit through the pipe quite easily.
Whee! And I will swim back up to the pipe.
Okay.
Or like the boulders, and then head home. And by home, I mean to the pub.
Righty.
Yeah, and then so it's like an hour and a half back. Or I'll probably take a slower walk, so it was like 2 hours back.
Yeah. Take a leisurely jaunt back.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
What?
I'm dying to know where this is going.
Where was going?
I have an idea, but sure.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Okay.
I'm confused.
You guys hop into your cozy little beds. Some drier than others.
So it's an hour and a half there. I left at 9, 10:30. So like an hour and a half there. I don't know. So I'll get back like 2, 3.
Sure.
Okay. And try and get a long rest in.
Mhm. So you guys have your snoozles. You come to the next morning. Late in the day, as you guys had a bit of catching up to do, sleep-wise. But
I wake
pretty
up
chill.
early because I was fine.
Yeah.
Sleep debt is real. We get it. We get it. You're
I-
just
Yeah,
an
you-
absolute
You had a
paragon.
wonderful holiday. Jesus.
Yeah. This is a very good vacation for you.
You saw some crabs. You became a crab. We get it. You had temporary hit points.
One day I hope we can become close enough friends that we can just be happy for each other.
I'm happy for you, Rook.
Thank you.
You weren't knocked unconscious for the 14th time this week.
That's not my fault.
Sleep debt is
No.
Me and
real.
Roshana worked double time to undo that.
That is true, yeah. Appreciate it.
Listen, it's not my fault I missed my first attack like 4 times in a row.
Look, we will get you 10 more clockwork amulets. It's fine.
I'm having buyer's remorse
Why?
because I realize it only applies to attack rolls.
Well, yeah, you make a lot of those.
And you miss a lot of them, too.
It would be nice.
Clearly.
It'd be nice for your 50% success rate to be 51 for
He's not wrong.
It's seeming like 70-30 against at this point.
Well, if you only ever make one attack, you could make it 100%.
Yeah, true.
Nice.
Oh, God.
Well, just never use action
It's
surge
good.
and you'll be good.
It's good to be back.
So, guys, the day is yours. It is Bethendag, middle of the week. You hear the
What?
seagulls cawing outside. It's a bit of a drizzly day.
What's the numerical date? Like, what's the?
Let me tell you now.
First of
Run folder. Run folder. Run fucking folder. It
It's
is the 6th.
The 6th.
the
Oh.
6th.
Of
Correct me if I'm
November.
wrong, but it was the 13th is when the fire in the sky
The
is gonna
11th
happen as well.
is when the
11th.
Yeah.
11th.
The execution is on Kanavi, right?
yes.
Okay. We could so about 2 days. Well, a day because I don't know what time.
You do not know what time.
Mm.
Okay.
Shall we get back to the guild?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's head back.
Alrighty.
Yeah, let's
Is there
back up.
Roshana? You're from here. Is there a bank that you know of anywhere?
Do I know of a bank?
There are numerous banks throughout all of Clancomery.
Mhm.
Indeed.
Which one has like a good interest rate that if you like gave them 100 gold, they'd give you 5,000 gold in like a day?
I
Pretty
can't tell.
sure the one on the
I
Astral
don't
Sea.
know.
Sorry.
I do not know.
The Bank of
Uh,
Clancomery is the Bank of Clancomery.
Mhm.
Remind me, is
Big friends.
Clancomery the city?
Clancomery is the city, and Colburn is
Oh,
the
God. Okay. Yes.
county, the
Oh shit,
place.
yeah, it's the Bank of Colbert. Shit.
Mhm.
Don't know my own lore. Fucking hell.
It's fine.
That's a
Okay.
mood of the week.
Mhm.
We all know you had nothing to do to like this whole week. You had nothing
Uh-huh.
going on. You were feeling perfectly healthy as well.
You know, you can't just let a giant crab come out of the sky and fall on top of Vayne. So it's
Hey, Vayne- Vayne-
totally fine.
Vayne wasn't
You know,
saying any of
the-
this. That was
Can you
They-
make a
they
giant crab come out
conveniently
of the sky
decided-
and tell him?
They conveniently decided to
I'll
move
try.
in a piano as soon as he's outside.
I'm gonna go and talk to Yulia, super quick, and just say, I don't know how your floorboards work, but I dropped some gold, around last night when I was, not last night, sorry, the night before when I stayed up to find the crabs. So if you sort of look really carefully, you may find a couple of gold just somewhere, just in case you fancied it.
Right. Crabs?
The crabs are stealing the silver. It's a long story.
She's just giving you the blankest stare right now.
Good. Bye-bye.
Um,
I'll walk out.
right. As we gather round in the bottom half of the tavern, you see Horace Minthing gives you all a nod and a wave. Thank you once again.
Well, remember, if you ever run into more trouble, you know who to call.
Ah, indeed. Yes. Thank you.
And walk outside, turn into Croft, come back in. You're welcome, mate. Have a good one.
Oh, you missed the festivities last night.
Yeah, I was discussing some stuff at the water treatment plant, just ironing out some creases.
Right. Well, thank you very much. And your efforts have been invaluable to the community. Thank you.
You take care now.
As of yours.
He gives you a little nod, and with that little comment, Rook, he kind of chops himself up a little bit. You see the sides of his mustache curl up as he smiles.
Okay. Do we have a bell?
I don't believe you do, but it's pretty easy to find a driver around here. It's a busy part of the city.
We'll get get a driver and head back to the Adventurers Guild.
Mhm.
We have to go back there at some point because we do have some stuff at the Adventurers Guild that we need to give
Mhm.
back. Yeah, that's awesome. We can get someone to deliver it. Or pay someone a gold to do it. There's those, what are they called? Retainers or something? That you can hire from the guild.
The hirelings.
Yeah, hirelings, that's it. Retainer, hireling, same thing. And Vayne is just going to be looking out the window while we travel.
How about those two?
Pretty much the same. I'm just gonna sit through the travel until we get to the guild, and then just head straight up to Clark.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Same here.
It's about an hour and a half long journey for you to arrive back at the Adventurers Guild. It is a dreary day. The sky has become quite dark and grey, and you see people have placed on their waxed cloaks and are hurrying through the streets of Clancomery. And eventually you do arrive back at the guild.
I will still be disguised as Croft,
Alrighty.
just in case.
Carriage driver drops you off outside. Oh, is this being forwarded to the guild?
Yes, please.
Very well. Thank you.
Thank you kindly.
He tips his hat and takes off.
Head up straight to Clark.
You see him sat behind his little desk. You see that there are two little lanterns hanging from the overhanging tiled area roof. And he goes, hello, sir.
Hi, Clark. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Not so bad. Another job well done.
Ah, very good. Might I see the quest, please?
Of course. Here you are.
Thank you. Please give me one moment. You see his head go stock still for a moment. Almost as if he's registering what's happened, and then he kneels down. It almost seems like it's coming from nowhere. There's no sounds of any locks clicking or opening, but you are handed a large bag. He goes, this is 1,000 gold pieces. Would you like it divided into 4?
Yes, please.
Very well. 1 moment, please. You see, he turns around, and for the first time you see like a little scale that he has at the back. And he meticulously begins weighing out 4 little bags for you.
I wish he would just have cut it into 4 pieces. Just sliced the bag into 4 separate pieces. I have divided it, sir.
Puts on buzzsaw onto arm slot.
Yeah.
He turns around
Yeah.
and goes, here you are.
Thank you very much. I'll hand the bag to Roshana, to Kato, and then I'll hand the last 2 bags to Vayne.
Rook, are you sure?
I'd said before, you can get me back later. I don't really need it.
That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you. Is that 500 gold?
Yep.
Sick. Okay. Almost added an extra 0 there. That would have been nice.
Job complete.
Yeah. Guys, I completed the game.
After all, why shouldn't I?
Yeah. Fun because a ring is kind of like a 0.
Just out of curiosity, Clark, is there any other notes left from Luxon?
Hold on 1 moment, please. Nothing as of yet.
Is he available?
I am unsure. I can send him her message if you like.
If possible, thank you.
Very well. You see, he tips his head back again. He is currently available. Would you wish to speak with him?
Definitely, please.
Very well. Tips his head back again. He will meet you briefly in the Dullahan's Head.
Thank you very much. Dulan's head, anybody?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Vayne, how much was it that you needed for your friend?
The name's Croft, actually.
Croft?
Well, if I think about it, it's 2,000 to stop him getting executed this week, and then I think it's a further 3,000 on top of that for excess damages, etc. So 5,000 total, but 2,000 will that'll sort him out for keeping his head at least. I don't know. I don't know if they execute people by cutting their head off here.
And how much are you short?
Internal maths. Hang on.
People laugh at me, but as a DM, I always have a calculator beside me because I always get fucked up.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know the feeling.
I have a computer. It's just so many numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10 silver to a gold, 10 copper to a
Yep.
silver. So 29. So it's 230. So 230. So that's 23 gold. I am. So that's plus. Let's see.
I thought Vayne did this last night in his bedroom.
He did, but he was also
Fucking moving money around for some reason.
there's 1,147 gold
That's what you have in total right now.
is what I need. Not even halfway yet. We've got a day. I've got a day. I mean, he can die. I mean, it's no big deal.
Wow! I was about to give you my part of the money, but now no, I still give it to you, but like nonchalantly.
1,047.
No, 250.
No, I mean that's
Oh.
what he needs.
Yeah.
1,400. Yeah, 1,040. 1,147.
Well, I mean only for the execution.
Yeah, just for just to
Okay.
stop him from getting killed. Sorry. So you, thank you. He's still disguised as Croft, but he's breaking character because he's very appreciative. Like he can't keep the character up, which
He's
is saying a lot.
emotional. He's an emotional boy.
Thank you.
I
Thank you so
hand
much.
him my cut.
Oh, you ready, guys? Are you all sure?
Yes.
I will definitely pay you back.
Don't worry about it.
What's some more
mean-
debt?
I mean, new armor would be nice, but it's just stuff.
Yeah.
You're very kind. Sweet Jesus! Why didn't you tell me this before when I was doing the
And
maths already? Just an extra 5.
yeah.
Just add 5 on. 2. No, so yeah, 1.
Also, Kato, what was it about those hats?
What are you talking about?
Well, I was still down there when that guy walked up to you. About the hag hats.
Oh, right. The Venators might offer us something for the hag heads.
Well, that makes sense.
Just stinking
Might be-
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yes. Mentioned that they might have some sort of magical container that keeps them chilled so that they don't,
Rot.
points to the probably group of flies that are swarming the container.
Not yet, but it's pretty cold in Clan Cymru, thankfully. In one way.
A quick
Hmm.
question about that. Is it possible, because it's not a full body, could I cast Gentle Repose on all 3 heads with one
Ooh.
spell?
You were going to cast like Cure Wounds or something.
We
I
rolled
don't think
them
it's going to
all
Oh,
work.
gen-
Gentle
real slow.
Repose!
It's not going to work. I don't think.
I mean, I was thinking about it earlier with the carcass in the water, but
Oh yeah.
I have to touch it.
Let
And
me
you're,
see.
And we're not good with water.
Corpse or other remains. Hmm.
It's technically a remains, I would think.
Yeah,
It's also a ritual, so you could just spend 10 minutes to do it all.
Yeah.
that is true. Yeah, I'd say it'd have to
Which-
be one each, just because they were technically separate creatures. But yeah, you could do it as
Which-
a ritual.
It's fine, I'll do that. That means 3 second level spell slots, but I don't think we will be in a fight today.
Well, if you ritual
If you ritual
cast it, it
cast it.
doesn't cost.
Oh yeah,
plus
you're
one.
right.
It just takes 10 minutes plus the casting time.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're just
I'll do
spending
that.
30 minutes with these heads. Yeah.
Almost.
Maybe in the
Okay.
Zhelanov Head garden area, because we're supposed to beat Luxon in the Zhelanov Head, and there's a garden area. So if we do the ritual casting in the garden area, we can meet Luxon in there.
That's fair. Just while we're with the clerk here and we're on the Venators, clerk. Lythandrios is a member of the Venators, but she's also a member of the Adventurers Guild. Are you able to contact her?
Yes. Would you like me to?
Yes, and perhaps tell her that we're looking to get in contact with the Venators regarding some monster parts.
Oh, I can do that for you if you wish.
Yes, please.
Contact Lythandrios or contact the Venators.
Probably Lythandrios. I've met her at least.
Very well. Hold on a moment. A
I'm
moment
done,
passes. He says, she is currently in Suma at the moment. It'll be some time before she returns, but I can still relay her message.
Where is that?
Sumar is the southernmost nation of Kali.
Oh
Not exactly close, I would say.
no!
That's yeah, far.
Ooh.
On a scale of 1 to the other side of the continent.
We're talking weeks of travel.
Could you?
Oh, yeah.
Could you ask her for a contact within the city's Venators at the moment that we could meet up with?
Certainly, I shall do so now.
Oh yeah, in the maps section.
Yeah,
Would
so
have-
to give you an idea, right? It took me like a year to get from like north of where it says Cadmiite to Colburn.
Well, I mean, you got to keep in mind that I had, like, before I had come to the city, it wasn't that long before since I had spoken to Lythandrios. So, like, she might have similar ways to travel.
Yes, like teleporting and
Yes,
such.
teleportation and such.
Mhm.
Yep.
She was actually the one that secured my invitation to the guild from Professor Gilmore.
Very kind of her.
Well, she was asked to do it by Kavar.
Well,
Miss Kilar'une has suggested that you speak with a Mr. Thicketwhile, who works at the Arcane Academy, with relation to monster pots.
Okay. Well, there's a heading at least. And would we have to go there ourselves, or is that someone that you can also contact? I'm sorry for making you do all this, Clark.
It is all right. So long as I am in my building, I can make as many sendings as you like.
Could you perhaps ask this individual if we could maybe set up a meeting?
Certainly. Would you like the meeting here or there?
Preferably here, but if they have a preference.
Very well. Tips his head back. They can be here tomorrow morning if you so wish.
That sounds good.
Is it though? Isn't that when?
No,
You know.
that's the day after.
The day after. It's just like I don't know what time the day after, so it's kind of.
Well, I guess worst case scenario, we would have to assume, the crack of dawn.
Yeah, we can
Clark,
figure it out.
do you know if the guild has like a cold room that we can use briefly? Oh wait, no. Sorry, Roshana's taking care of it.
Yes.
I got ahead of myself.
Hey!
Oh, man. I feel like that wasn't intentional.
It's funny because head.
Yes, thank you, Vayne.
Thank
That
you
was
for
the
pointing-
joke.
Thank you for pointing it out.
Woo!
I did not want my protein pudding to go through my nose. Thank you. Oh, that's sticky.
Oh dear.
Ooh, that was good.
Deep breaths.
I'm fine. Smells like vanilla though.
Ew.
Oh, nice.
Mm,
To the Doulahan's head, I suppose.
yes.
Roshana can get her bridge along.
If we're not, if whatever business we have with Luxon doesn't tie us up too much, perhaps it would be worthwhile for me and someone else to take a run back and collect the remnants of the corpses. Maybe Roshana, just so we can, you can stop their decay.
Of course.
But we can do this first.
Alrighty. Head over to the tavern. Inside you see that it's quite bustling. A lot of people have come in from out of the rain. They're enjoying their hot soups. And the bread that goes with it. You see behind the bar, Bal is stood there, currently just cleaning up, polishing the wood. It's mahogany.
More rich mahogany.
How can I help you?
Hello.
Yes.
That's not Croft's voice.
Hello.
Oh my god.
You see this tiger tabaxi's eyes, feline narrowly squint in Vayne's direction.
Smiles. I'm just going to drop this, guys. I'm in the hand's head.
We're waiting for a meeting with Luxon.
He's already here. Just past those curtains.
Oh. The mystery curtains.
The secret glory hole place.
Oh my god, somebody stop him.
What?
If we could, we would.
I know.
Trust me, if I could, I would as well. Right. Okay, say hi to Luxon.
You pass through the curtains, and you see a nice little area has been set up, rather open and wide, rather airy. There's a fireplace off to the side, as well as a very nice little piano in the center. There's a couple of seats.
Rook's just gonna chill on that couch.
With you see Luxon and Baz are currently sat across from each other, and they seem to be enjoying a glass of something. Oh, you're back. How did it go?
Yes, solved the issue. It was a coven of hags.
Interesting.
Turning people into crabs.
That's weird.
Doing silver.
Yeah, we might need to speak to someone about that because the crabs could still be around.
Hmm.
And like, it wasn't just like one person into one crab. It was like one person, like one rat into one crab, and then one person into 6 crabs. You know, something like that.
Right. It might be something you. Well, I'll handle it. I'll speak to Fern.
Nice piano.
Yes. Baz looks over to you. Did you play?
Well, I've dabbled once or twice. The piano isn't something I've practiced a lot of, but I do like the sound of it.
Very well.
They're less maneuverable.
Suppose
it's
you don't see
easier
too
to-
many bards in combat with pianos.
No, unfortunately.
Now that would be impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking once of a pocket organ. Not like a...
Organ.
Yeah. But, you know, like one that you could just roll out in battle.
But there are small
Alas.
organs that you can get.
Yes, but I want something with a bit of oomph.
Fair enough.
Hello. So, yes, the job is done.
Right.
And yes, we just wanted to... I didn't know how, you know, because you specifically gave us that quest. I didn't know if we should go through you, just to talk about the intricacies of the crabs, and as Rook said, the fact that they were capturing, initially rats and the like, and then by the sounds of it, goblins, and then they also had a human child, which we managed to save. But obviously they were trying to increase their magics, and this was all also done in a sewer, which kind of reminiscent of previous events.
You see, he ponders for a moment. I can certainly see why you would think that. Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
Hags, however, they are incredible beings.
Very smelly.
I certainly hope he didn't say that to one's face.
No, I told them that their sisters were dead.
Oh, that'll do it, but I suppose if you've talked with them, there's nothing more to say.
Yes. They did get a bit screamy after that, though.
Well, if you lose that amount of power, and you're used to having
Yes.
that amount of power, I'm certain it would be awful.
Indeed. But yes, so I just thought we would, you know, contact you directly and sort of explain that situation. And there was also something regarding the prison situation, which I was hoping to get some information on, or get your opinions on.
Right, well, you see he
But
leans
we can
back
do
and
that another time.
crosses his legs. We could do that here.
Very well. Can I pull this chair to just like here?
Mhm. Baz is immediately looking at you going, don't drag that across the carpet.
I will lift the chair.
Mhm.
And pop it down, place it. It's a very lovely carpet, Baz. Thank you. So I have. Thank you. Thanks to my companions, over half of the required funds to stay the execution. But you wouldn't happen to know what time of day it might happen. So I kind of need all the time I can get to accrue the rest.
I believe it was 12 at noon. As I said, this
Very
is
well.
going to be quite the spectacle.
Yes. And you said it was probably the 2,000 would stay the execution. Yes.
Yes?
Very well. And who would I need to take it to?
Well, I imagine Inspector Prickett. He's the one who is overseeing the case. As I told you previously, they're currently keeping Old Monty in the Western Gatehouse.
Yes.
Knowing Prickett, he'll more than likely be there.
Excellent. That's good to know. Just so I can make my way there as soon as possible. Well, I think that's all I really needed to talk to you about. You hadn't had any more information since last we spoke?
Regarding?
And just the gentleman that was looking for me.
Well, that was Inspector Prickett.
Well, yes, but
Ball's kind of in your court now, Vayne.
okay.
Do you happen to know of any jobs at the moment that would be as well paying as the previous one, or are we at the mercy of what Clerk currently has on offer?
Well, you are officiated adventurers, but you're rather at the lower end of the pecking order at the moment, I'm afraid. Perhaps once you get a name for yourselves and show what you can do, at the Warriors Arena would be a good place to start. The celebrations, of course, are being held closer to the end of the month. If you were to partake in that, you certainly would be getting better job offers. But yes, you are very much at Clerk's mercy at the moment, I'm afraid.
And what day might that take place?
I believe it's the 27th this year. I'd have to check.
So not super feasible for the current thing we're trying to...
No.
But a good note for the future.
Certainly.
Well, thank you for your time.
See both Baz and Luxon begin drinking.
I suppose, Roshana, are you? Are you doing the thing? Do you want to do it outside, or?
I mean, I don't think they would like to smell the heads.
Really doesn't go too well with their drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll let you enjoy your meeting.
Heads?
We brought the heads of those hags that we slain.
You see Baz kind of rubs at his chin a little bit. Mind if I take a look?
Sure.
He walks over and he goes, oh, outside, of course.
Yes. Go outside with Bass.
can get hands too. 6 hands, 6 feet. Legs, whatever you need.
You open up the boxes and Bass takes a
Mhm.
look over them. How much?
2,000 gold.
2,000 gold.
He raises an eyebrow and just gives you a very sly smile, Roshana.
Oh.
I'm asking how much you need.
Oh, well, I think Vayne was talking about needing about 2,000 for the execution to be stopped, and then another 3,000, I think it was, for the charges to be gone.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. See ya.
How much has he given us already?
I think about 1,000. At least from this quest, we gained 1,000 gold, so...
You see Bass begins rubbing out his chin again. 1,000 would be a bit much, but I could do 750.
That's alright.
Right, he gives you a nod.
Mm-hmm. And I'll
That's
give
like-
him the heads!
A slightly better shape than we were in before.
You see, you give Baz the boxes basically,
Mm-hmm.
and you go to turn around and you see if he's carrying them, and the boxes are gone.
Oh wow.
Just keep walking.
Okay. And I keep walking.
Mhm.
Back inside.
You see Baz walks over and just hops over the counter. Goes back in. Have you struck a deal with him?
Mm-hmm.
Never understand that man.
Well, it does help us, so it's in our favor.
You see,
It,
Luxon gives you like his grin is just growing.
What's happening?
I struck a deal with Bass.
Baz hops over the counter again and hands you a very small pouch, Roshana.
Oh. I look inside the pouch.
You did scream
Man's
just...
kicking around the platinum.
And it is 75 platinum that he's given you.
Oh, nice. Vayne, catch. And I throw the closed pouch at Vayne.
Okay.
I catch it. And I'll look in there and kind of eyes widen. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for the heads.
Is this for? We can get you some hands as well and some feet, some legs,
Not needed.
torso, arms. No. Okay. But thank you so much. Vayne does some quick math in brain.
Is it quick math?
It's slow brain math.
Yeah, they had 500 earlier, and it took longer than I would have.
Well, yeah, it's because there was numbers. Yeah, it is quick math. I'm good. I mean, I'll be flat broke, but I'm good.
If what you need?
That should be enough. Yes. I just need to maybe change some silver and copper up to gold or maybe platinum, and then
Why?
just for ease of transfer. And I'll feel a lot better handing over a less amount of coins than.
Clark should be able to help you with that. He's a very handy man.
It sounds like it, yes. thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll kind of like look at Baz and nod and
Mhm.
give him a smile.
You see, Baz is kind of just leaning on his knees right now, kind of leaning over the table and drinking. Go.
I owe you all so much. Thank you. I will return the return the favor. You know, generally, not the money. To the west, well, the west. But sorry, I'm kind of flustered. The west.
Western Gatehouse.
Yes, the Western Gatehouse.
Hey, Baz.
Hmm?
Just before we go, and this is just out of my own curiosity, so don't take offense, but in regards to the monster parts you just bought, did we get a very good deal or a very bad deal? I just need to know for going forward.
I'd say you got a very good deal.
Excellent. Good man.
Can I
Insight check.
insight check that?
Yeah. Because of course he's gonna say it was a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Yeah, but he'll be telling the truth.
my
It's a very good deal
God.
for him.
I also want to insight check.
Go on ahead, please.
Yes, I am. Well,
I've-
there we go.
Thank you. One of us had to get it.
I'm gonna message
Oh,
you,
the
Shannon.
silence. Oh boy.
Question. Feel free to say no. From my time in the Venatures, does that figure sound consistent with what they would have offered for that?
Sea hags in your area? Well, Jesus, if anybody had a sea hag body part in your area, it would have gone for a lot, just because it was so rare in that area.
Mhm.
But in terms of like how much you can get for certain monster parts, it really depends on like
Mhm.
the monster and how difficult it is to obtain.
Yeah, I suppose regional rarity goes a long way.
It can, yeah.
True. Okay.
You could always just
Okay,
go and ask the
okay.
Venators.
Yes. I smile.
Oh,
Is it a
she got
smile
some
or a
secrets.
grimace?
Roshana's the fucking secret keeper of this campaign, I swear.
Seriously, okay.
I haven't told things I should have told, but I keep forgetting. As a player and as Roshana. There's always things in the way.
That's so much
It's just
information.
never
I
the
just
right
can't
time.
remember.
Exactly. Was gonna tell about the one time we were at the Grave District,
me.
but then we got attacked in the middle of the night.
That did happen, didn't it? Right. Does anyone have anything they need to do? I would like to get this sort of squared away as quickly as possible,
Yeah, we
avoid
can-
anything.
We can head
Then we-
off.
Maybe it wouldn't hurt to check out the daily quests.
No, of course not. I also. You say that this execution was meant to be a spectacle. Are people going to be angry that it's not going to happen?
Probably, but they'll get over it.
Okay, good. Well, we'll leave you to your drinks. And thank you again, Baz.
He just
You're literally a lifesaver.
tips his head in your direction.
And we'll have to do the thing. Reorganize.
Oh, yes. I
Um,
suppose we could do that tomorrow if things pan out right.
yes, I don't have anything planned as long as this money gets to the right place.
Yeah, I can see what I can do. Might have someone else pick you up though, we'll see.
Okay. I
See.
still, yes, I'll play it by ear. Right, guys, are you all happy to go and speak with Clark, see
Yeah,
about
of course.
quests, change up some cash, and then head to the guardhouse?
Sounds good.
The Western Guardhouse. I've written it down,
Alrighty.
but I just want to make sure it's the Western Guardhouse because I don't want to go like to the other side of the city by accident, and then be like, "I'm here to save Monty," and they'll be like, "He's not
Who's
here."
Monty?
Who dat? New phone. Who dat?
Monty was executed 20 years ago.
Oh my god.
my god! The city's bigger than I thought. White-haired Vayne, just like, where have I been? Cool. Vayne will get up and pick the chair up and put it back gently on the carpet.
Mhm.
Nice and neat, back where it was. And then kind of give a bow, and a nod again. And he will skip his way to the curtain.
Skip. Oh. Alrighty. Yeah. See you guys.
I only took 5 unconsciouses and concussions. 4 or 5 concussions. That's not bad. Hello, clerk.
Hello, Vayne.
2 things. Would you be able to change up some silver and gold into platinum?
I can certainly do that for you. Yes,
Do you have a limit, or are you all good?
I should be all right.
Excellent.
I function in conjunction with the Bank of Colburn.
Excellent. And we also were wondering if there was any quests on the quest board we might peruse.
I'm afraid it's a bit late in the day. We had 2 quests this morning, but they have been taken.
Oh, shucks. Late in the day.
Yeah, you woke up pretty late to get your full rest.
Oh yeah, of course.
And
Yeah.
then travelling back and all the shenanigans.
Yeah, I forgot we travelled back. To be honest, I'm brain dead. Okay. I'll pop my silver, my gold, and copper on the counter, and I'll say, "Can I get all of this changed up into platinum, please?"
Very well. If you could just sign this ledger, please. And you see, just pulling it so casually from underneath the desk, just booms onto the desk in front of you. You see a hefty tome. He goes, "Please sign your name here, print name here, amount here, and I will fill in the rest."
I will sign my full name, which I don't normally do, but I'll do it very quickly, so that no one can see it. And then I will do print my name, and the amount is 290 copper, 205 silver, and 1,330 gold pieces.
How much was the silver again?
205 silver. So ignore the 5, it's just 200.
Well, righty.
Oh, actually, don't ignore the 5 because of the... Yeah, so ignore the 40 extra copper.
So that would bring you to 2 gold, 5 silver for the copper.
2 gold, 5 silver for the copper, yeah. Wait, what? Yeah, 2 gold, 5 silver for the copper. 20, because it's 29 silver. So, sorry, 25 silver. And
I'll
then...
bring it up to the largest amount. Oh, the largest divisible amount.
Yeah, and then...
Per the coins available.
That 25 added to the silver is 230 silver. Which is obviously 25 gold. No, 23 gold, sorry.
We'll get to the boring maths later, my guy.
And I'm just making sure that it totals to what I need.
From what I've seen.
Yeah, it does. So, yeah, it does. So, 200, yeah. So, 1,330 gold pieces. Plus 20. But, yeah, cool. Cool.
Very well. Please hold on a moment. You hear the clinging of coin. Clerk just sits there, stock still. looking at all of you for about 5 minutes. Anything you'd like to do in that time?
How late we going?
We're gonna finish now,
Okay.
pretty much.
So about half
Yeah, I
11.
got-
so,
I got nothing else to do.
yeah, I'm just
In
waiting,
game, I mean.
Yeah.
staring at gold.
Eventually, Clerk just plops a big bag onto the table in front of you, Vayne. Here you are.
Thank you very much. Vayne picks up the platinum and pours the other bag of platinum into the bag of platinum, and has 2,000 platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, 2010 platinum, I think.
Is there anything else you request of me?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, if there were any quests we could take on.
Oh no, it was too late in the day.
Yeah, it was the ones that were left were good.
Yeah.
Taken.
We could always see.
Looks like we have impromptu day off.
Yes. Which is useful because I'd like to get this coinage to the Western Guard Tower. So if
Of course.
you don't, if you don't want to, you don't have to come. I can head on my own.
Do
You
you
should probably go
have
in case they arrest you.
the amount?
Yes, I do. And Vayne is like
Let's
white-knuckled, holding onto onto this bag, like guarding it like his child.
I'll
And,
come with you.
Yeah,
Make sure
then
you get to your
let's go.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okie dokie.
You get yourself
Guess
a
that's
carriage and you head off towards the Western Gatehouse, and that is where we'll pick up next week, guys.
Alright.
Woo!
Go
Killed
to
some
see
hags.
Monty. Ugh.
Or
Gotta go pay
whoever is
Dale.
in possession
Fine.
of this body.
Finally, nothing can go wrong from here.
Please don't.
It's only up.
We did it. We beat the campaign.
Do indeed.
Oh.